Taiwan exports cabbage to Japan amid extreme weather in Japan. Taiwan checks mainland China documents of school staff. Taiwan actor Wang Dalu faces charges over assault incident. Japan's 18-year-old prince holds debut news conference. Car rams crowd in German city of Mannheim. Princess cruises ship tilting in high winds. Japan fights forest fire. Prolific blood donor who saved 2.4 million babies passes away.
Hello, I'm Wade Lee. Thank you for joining us on Funday News. It is Wednesday, March 5th. Learn what your name means day. And here are your top stories. And for today's Taiwan's news. Taiwan's favorable climate boosts cabbage production by 20%, leading to an export of fresh, sweet cabbage to Japan. The Choyo-i Fruit and Vegetable Production Cooperative held a ceremony to mark the shipment, with hopes of inspiring more local businesses to export Taiwan's produce globally. Taiwan's Ministry of Education is conducting a review of public school staff to ensure they do not hold mainline Chinese identification documents. This move follows legal requirements and has sparked some backlash from grassroots teachers. The government is enforcing this through declarations and investigations. Taiwan actor Darian Won is under investigation for evading military service and allegedly inciting a friend to assault a taxi driver. Wong was granted bail at 5 million NT dollars, while his accomplice remains in custody. And in global news, Japan's Prince Hisahito, the second in line to the throne, held his debut news conference on Monday, telling reporters he would try to balance official duties with his university studies and research on dragonflies. Hisahito turned 18 last September, becoming the first male royal family member to reach adulthood in almost 4 decades in Japan. This marks a significant development for the family that has ruled for more than a millennium but faced the same existential problem as the rest of the nation, a rapidly aging and shrinking population.
これまで成長を見守ってくださった方々や、折々に支えてくださった方々に深く感謝申し上げます。
Speaking to reporters at the Akasaka estate residence in Tokyo, Hisahito said he believes the role of the emperor as a symbolic figure is to always think of the people and stay close to them. Hisahito is second in line to Japan's chrysanthemum throne, after his father, Crown Prince Akishino. Before Hisahito's birthday last year, his father had been the last male in the family to reach adulthood in 1985. The prince is the youngest member of the 16-member all-adult imperial family and one of only 5 men, including former Emperor Akihito. He said he barely had time to celebrate his coming of age as he is still finishing high school.
German authorities say a car ramming incident in Mannheim that killed 2 people on Monday was a deliberate attack but does not appear to have been politically or religiously motivated. Police said Monday night that the 2 deceased were an 83-year-old woman and a 54-year-old man. 11 others were injured. The attacker purposefully targeted and struck people at high speed, police said at a press conference, noting that authorities initially believed they were responding to a traffic accident.
A vehicle drove into a group of people in the pedestrian zone in the city center. As part of the search operation, we were able to locate a suspect and arrest him.
Public prosecutor Romeo Schussler said there was concrete evidence that the suspected attacker suffers from a psychological illness. Mannheim police said they had arrested the suspect after launching a large-scale manhunt in the city center. The suspect is a 40-year-old German national from the neighboring Rhineland-Palatinate state. Germany has been rocked by a string of deadly car ramming attacks in recent months. Monday's incident occurred as Germany celebrated Rose Monday, a carnival held before Ash Wednesday, the beginning of Lent. German police were already on high alert ahead of the carnival celebrations, but the incident in Mannheim has prompted some forces to take additional measures.
A Princess Cruises ship hit rough waters in New Zealand last week, dramatically tilting and leaving 16 people with minor injuries. Strong winds struck the Crown Princess in Fiordland, New Zealand, forcing the ship to tilt beyond its usual movement before stabilizing. The Princess Cruise said in a statement, "Our crew responded quickly to correct the situation, and at no point was the safety of the ship compromised." The cruise line added there was no structural damage to the ship.
Martin Wise was a passenger on the Crown Princess, which has a 3,090 guest capacity, when strong winds hit. Wise shared what he witnessed from the 6th-floor dining room with the New Zealand publication Stuff. He said, "I felt the boat starting to slant and tip. Then it leaned over quite a bit and really started moving along at high speed, and we could see the sea looking very high out of the restaurant windows." Wise added that cups, glasses, and plates went flying around the room, and crashing sounds could be heard from the kitchen. He estimated the incident lasted 40 seconds. Video posted to Facebook shows a swimming pool emptying onto the deck and a kitchen with spilled food and damaged kitchenware strewn about as a result.
Japan has deployed more than 2,000 firefighters to battle the country's biggest forest fire in 3 decades. According to the Fire and Disaster Management Agency, at least one person has died in the blaze, which has torched more than 5,200 acres around the northern city of Ofunatu since Thursday. Although January to March is typically Ofunatu's driest season, the area saw less rainfall last month than in any Februarys in more than 20 years, recording just 2.5 milliliters compared to the usual average of 41.
About 4,600 people remain under government-issued evacuation orders as the fire continues to burn. Around 2,000 have already left the area to stay with friends or relatives, while more than 1,200 have evacuated to shelters. The fires are burning in a forested area of Iwate Prefecture, Japan's second-largest prefecture, which also has the country's second-lowest population density. More than 80 buildings are estimated to have been damaged so far, although the FDMA noted that details are still being assessed. Thousands of firefighters from 14 prefectures, including Tokyo, have been dispatched to battle the fires. At least 16 helicopters are also being used, with images showing the aircraft dumping water onto the smoldering hills.
James Harrison, whose blood contained a rare antibody credited with saving more than 2 million babies through decades of regular blood and plasma donation, has died at age 88. According to the Australian Red Cross Blood Service, also known as Lifeblood, he passed away in his sleep on February 17th at a nursing home in the state of New South Wales. The antibody in Harrison's blood was used to create the medication Anti-D, which is given to pregnant women whose blood might attack their unborn babies.
Without it, babies may develop hemolytic disease of the fetus and newborn, HDFN, a blood disorder that can be fatal. Despite his aversion to needles, Harrison began donating in 1954 at age 18, keeping a promise he had made at 14 after receiving life-saving blood transfusions as part of major surgery. A decade later, doctors discovered that his blood contained an antibody essential for producing anti-D injections. Known as the man with the golden arm, Harrison donated his blood and plasma 1,173 times, never missing an appointment for more than 60 years until he retired in 2018 at the age of 81. At that time, Harrison said, "I hope it's a record that somebody breaks because it will mean they're dedicated to the cause."
The answer for yesterday was B, berate. The manager was very upset and decided to berate the employee for his mistakes. Did you answer correctly? Now let's delve into today's news. Japan's 18-year-old prince holds debut news conference. Number 1, existential, 存在的. The philosopher discussed existential questions about the meaning of life. Number 2, shrinking, 收缩的，变小的. The shrinking economy is a major concern for the government. Number 3, imperial, 帝国的，皇帝的. The imperial palace was a symbol of the emperor's power. Next, we have a multiple choice question for everyone to practice. You can write your answer in the comments section, and the correct answer will be announced tomorrow. Learn What Your Name Means Day has a unique history, sparked by curiosity about names and their deeper meanings. This holiday was created in 1997 by Jerry Hill, a man fascinated by names and their stories. He saw names as more than just a way to identify someone. They could offer insights into family history, personal traits, and even guide life choices. And that's all for today's Funday news. Be sure to tune into Funday news from Monday to Friday and click the link below to join Funday for free. I'm Wei Li, your host. I'll see you next time.